What up, guys? Can you see me? Sorry, that was kind of corny. Um, gonna do a quick, well, not necessarily quick, but let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Um, since let's see, I can't remember when the last video I did on what I recently got. It was a while ago. I haven't really done one of those in a minute, but um, I have accrued a few more bottles since the end of the year. So I guess since January, um, these are a couple things that I've gotten. I just kind of had them all out here just for coolness. But let's go through them real quick. All right, so I'm gonna try and do these in the order that I got them, if I can remember. Uh, which probably isn't going to be very successful, just to be honest. Um, and I'm not sure if I'm actually missing a couple bottles from here that I purchased since December, but I'm pretty sure I got them all out here. So, from what I can remember, one of the earliest bottles that I got this year was actually a Weller Special Reserve. This wasn't me buying it. This was actually a good homie of mine. He ain't dead, but he ain't with the company no more. Well, he's with the company, but now he's a sales rep. So he's not in my store no more. But he has a really good relationship with a liquor store that is in his neighborhood in the Portland area. And I mean, believe it or not, they set this shit aside for homeboy. And he is a good enough friend of mine that when he's got, his fill or whatever, he lets me know, like, hey, boy, I got you one, let me know if you want it. And I was like, hell yeah. I do like Weller. Weller Special Reserve isn't my favorite Weller, but definitely like having this on the shelf. That way, if, I have it to offer people, and if I want some, I'll hit it up. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but believe me, a lot of my bottles, 92% of them are open. Some of them I just haven't even had time. And some of these actually, a buddy of mine was planning to do a bottle share with a couple close friends of ours, and I'm doing my best to try not open some of these bottles. Usually when I get a bottle, I pop that shit open and I want to check it out. I want to see what it's about. I want to try it, I mean, that's why I bought it. I don't buy it just to sit there and not drink and not try. I mean, a lot of these bottles are still kind of full, but they are open. So, anyways, a lot of people trip out on, like, collectors, I guess. I mean, I'm not a fan of, having 20 of these bottles just sitting on the shelf. So, but you're going to kind of laugh at me here in a minute. Next up, I think it was there's no way that I got that many bottles since the Penelope Havana. That's crazy if that's true. But, man. All right, Penelope Havana. One of my new favorite bottles for show, man. I will be putting out a video of this bottle shortly. Maybe I already have. We'll see what I put out first. Filming a couple videos today. But this is definitely one of my new favorite bottles. I don't have the second one out here, but I like this bottle so much that I went back the next day and was thankful that they had more, because I did buy a backup. This shit is the bomb. And what's crazy is when I went to get that bottle, the lady at the register was like, well, actually, because this was behind the counter as well, but she looked at me and she was like, well, actually, my manager just put these out. And no shit, man, she had 2 of these on the shelf and maybe 6 Eagle Rare store picks. I have a Weller Foolproof that is open that I don't think I popped it when I first got it to try it, but then I didn't open it again until my anniversary. And so I do have an open bottle of just a normal bottle of Weller Foolproof. This is a store pick. I was pretty stoked on that, man. MSRP too. MSRP 66 bucks I paid for this bottle in Oregon. And I mean, why the fuck isn't it like that everywhere, dude? There's some BS that some people charging like 200 bucks for this. It's crazy. Relax. Hold on, my dog's tripping, man. All right, next up. This is my first rare character that I've ever gotten. It's not a bourbon, but check that bad boy out, man. This is my first American light whiskey, cask strength, 144.5 proof. Age, look at this shit, 21 years, dude. 1 month, like, what? I mean, I don't know if that's what you know. They're usually high aged or whatever. Like I said, this is my first American light whiskey. I haven't opened it yet. Amazingly, I'm trying to save it for a bottle share. But yeah, I mean, this was a little bit of an expensive bottle, but I was just like, dang, you know, they kind of FOMO'd me into it at the store, but they weren't wrong. They were like, it's gonna be gone within a week, and it was. I guess several of these, like I've been seeing these pictures of these like all over the country, I guess. This one says Oregon, and I know for a fact that there was several other stores in the area and in Oregon that got a lot of these. So I don't know if this was just, you know, something they pushed out to the masses all at once. But I do know that a lot of these came out throughout the whole country. I'm pretty sure wherever Rare Character goes, these got released. So, you know, I'm not sure exactly how, you know, rare these bottles necessarily are, but I picked this up. It caught my eye, and like I said, they kind of FOMO'd me out of it. But you know, I've heard good things about Rare Character. I haven't really seen too many reviews on these bottles yet. I just seen people posting them that they got them and stuff. But yeah, 11th Ave. That's one of my go-to stores as well that I hit up. It's like a couple blocks away from work on my way home. And next, I do believe, was... What did I get next? Oh, you know what I got next? I got this bad boy. Penelope Valencia, batch 4. I did pop it, and I can't... I got this a couple weeks ago or something. 95 proof. I think batch 4 is the newest batch. I do believe was going to save it for a bottle share, to pop it for a bottle share, but I'm still going to bring it. I did want to try it. All right, I'm back. A little bit of a technical difficulty with the camera. But anyways, back to the Valencia. Like I said, I popped it. I had 1 sip, trying to save it for a bottle share. But what I do remember from this is there's a lot of orange on this. Vino de Naranja Cas, so I guess it's an orange wine from Italy or France, one of the two. But it's another one from their Cooper series, and I personally am a fan of Penelope. It might be one of my favorite distilleries. I think I've said that before, but yeah. It's another one I got since the beginning. Yeah, I'd say the beginning of the year. And let's see next. After that, I was doing some shopping with my wife, and I remember going to it was like a bourbon kind of tasting event, I guess, last summer with my wife and my dad. and these guys were there, and I tried their French oak. I think I tried their 11-year and maybe their cask strength. I'm not sure if they had that there, but I think they're coming out of somewhere from, yeah, Seattle. That's what I thought. Seattle, Washington. This was on sale at Fred Meyer, so I decided to pick it up. It's what I was really looking for is maybe a 10-year or a cask strength, or even a French oak, because I think the proof is a little bit higher. But this is a company that I've been wanting to get a bottle of, and this is one that I'm also saving for a bottle share that I'm gonna share with some buddies. But yeah, another local one. I'm pretty sure it's MGP Juice, but they do their thing up in Seattle with it. Old Log Cabin, 94 proof. Kind of went a little crazy. Next is this bad boy right here. So I think this is my first big bottle that I bought of bourbon. But this is also, if you can see, a store pick from one of my go-to stores, Rose City out in Portland. These guys actually went out to Buffalo Trace. I know a lot of barrels get picked for stores. Follow these guys on Instagram, and they went out to Kentucky last summer and picked a Weller Full Proof bottle, a Buffalo Trace barrel, and then an Eagle Rare barrel as well. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a Weller Full Proof out of nowhere when everybody thought that they had sold out during Christmas. And then they announced this on their Instagram, and they said that they were selling it in the 1.75 liters. And I've always trusted their store picks, so I went ahead and got one. This is a pretty good pick, guys. I don't know if it's I haven't compared it to my Safeway Buffalo Trace pick that I got last year. That is phenomenal, but this is also a very, very good pick coming out of Buffalo Trace in a Rose City store pick. Let's see, and then pick my hands up on this bad boy. This is my first rare character bourbon, batch 14, limited release. I know this isn't, I can't remember, there's like a real fancy one, rare characters, but I know this isn't part of that line. But still, I've heard good things about these. I'm looking forward to popping this one and trying it. What do we come? 126 proof. And does it give me the age on here? I'm not sure if there's an age statement. And I don't really remember seeing one. Yeah. So cask strength, 126 proof, rare character. Supposed to be pretty good blends. Looking forward to popping this one. And let's see. Also another store pick I picked up was this Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. I've heard, fantastic things about double oaked store picks. Almost, maybe some of them even being better than Woodford Reserve double oaked. I did pop this open. Had one pour. Haven't really had a chance to compare it to my regular double oaked. Kind of just letting this one sit, open up, maybe take this one to a bottle share and share this with some homies. It's got a store pick on there from Oregon, but I did get this from Sip City in Portland. So yeah, Woodford Double Oak store pick. This is my first store pick of Woodford Double Oaked, which is one of my go-tos. So looking forward to getting back to that one. And let's see, I also picked up this. I got a lot of store picks here, is what it looks like. Rose City store pick, Ezra Brooks Distillers Collection. 113 proof. I watched a couple reviews on this before I did purchase this. This bottle was on sale at Rose City. Yellow tag, you know, close out, whatever. So I got this for $29 when I can't remember what the original price was, but I figured this was a steal. I also talked to another customer that was there that had purchased this bottle and didn't have anything bad to say about it. So I figured for 30 bucks, this should be a good one to pop. Also, it's from Lux Row Distillers. I love anything that I've got from those guys, especially that double single barrel from last year. Next, let's see. So I picked this guy up. Ancient Age 10 Star. Now, the Only Drams app says that this is a unicorn bottle. Now, I'm thinking they're wrong. This is not the 10 year, which I guess is no longer made. But this is the Ancient Age 10 Star. So I did some research, and I guess this is maybe 3 to 6 years old. But the Ancient Age is not something you see really anywhere. The 10 Star. I was at 11th Ave looking for something. I think I was picking something else up for my wife or a buddy or something. And I seen this on the shelf. No price tag, kind of just hidden in between a couple bottles. And I had watched a couple videos of Whiskyer on YouTube. And he had mentioned how this was a cheap bottle, but still a rare bottle and basically a baby Blanton's. So it's a 1.75 liter plastic bottle, plastic lid. Haven't opened this one yet. Probably gonna do this with some friends and see how this is. 90 proof. Frankfurt. I think this is coming out of Buffalo Trace as well. I think this is something that they also put out, or Sazerac or somebody. But yeah, kind of actually looking forward to trying this one. No bull. Next up, got this 2XO. This isn't one of the fancy ones like the Sneakerhead, or I can't remember what the other ones were called, but this is the Oak series. So this is basically a double oaked 2XO bourbon. I'm not sure if these guys are MGP or if they do their own stuff or not. Prestige Beverage Group. I don't have too much knowledge on the 2XO brand group distillery. Says coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, but I did watch a couple videos that had mentioned that these guys put out good stuff. So I figured for the price that this was at, I would pick it up and pop it at a share and see what people think of it. Let's see here. And then got this 1924. I'm assuming this is batch 3 because I hadn't seen any of these for a year, basically, and they were recently released. Really couldn't find any in Oregon anywhere, but these did appear at my local Costco's, and I actually went to the Costco looking for an Eagle Rare because they had, people had said that they had also seen Eagle Rare there. But when I went, Eagle Rare was gone, and there was one of these left on the shelf. That was it. I was just like, man, should I? So I did it, obviously. And I tell you what, man, there's no regrets on this bottle. I popped this for sure just because I had been curious about this since last year when I first heard about it. And this is a pretty damn good bottle. Definitely no regrets in paying what I did for it. So, yeah, 1924. Looking forward to sharing that with some people because it is a very good bottle. And I walked into a liquor store the other day looking for either the Sazerac Foolproof, which, man, I haven't seen around here in Washington or Oregon yet. And either that or I was looking for the Green River Foolproof Weeded, which still haven't seen. So I went in there, kind of looked around. The lady asked me what I was looking for. I told her what I was looking for. And then I told her, I just look for bottles that, are interesting, I guess. Things that, I want to try, whatever. Happened to ask her if she had anything allocated. And she said, well, I have, this. Did not mention this, but then I asked her, just out of curiosity, because she had mentioned all other Buffalo Trace. I said, you got any Weller? And she said, oh yeah, well, I do have one bottle of Weller. Now, this is the first bottle of Weller Special Reserve that me personally, have ever found out in the wild at a store, not being held for me specially or given out a tip or anything like that. I was baffled, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I did not expect that. So maybe that's a good sign, man. I mean, in the first 2 months of this year, I got a Weller Foolproof store pick and a Weller Special Reserve for, allocated. That stuff's highly allocated over here in Oregon and Washington. They charge outrageous prices for these in Washington stores. So I was lucky to get one in Oregon. And the cool thing about this one too, it's not a twist top. Special Reserve with a cork. Now I read on something, I think Reddit, that the cork tops were specifically meant for export to Europe. So I don't know if it's a whole tariff thing or whatever, or anything like that, and that's why these are starting to hit circulation, or if this is just something they're starting to do. I think it's a synthetic cork, which is even better. I'm a big synthetic cork fan because they don't crumble, they don't dry, and they don't rot. But yeah, first Weller Special Reserve ever found in the wild by myself, not a homie getting it for me. So kind of proud of this bottle. Hey! Damn dogs. Last but not least, Boom and Boom. Stopped the other day on my way home and decided to stop in a store that I hadn't been into in a while, just to check it out, because they said that they had a remodel, and found these guys. This was in the back. I asked them if they had anything special, and they said they had this. Now, me personally, I'm a fan of the sweet wheat. I was able to get one through an individual when I kind of first started getting into bourbon. It was like one of my first, not a lot of people have these bottles. So I do have an open one of these. I liked it a lot, and at MSRP, I mean, definitely, one I'll have a backup of. So I got a backup of the 1792 Sweet Wheat, 91.2 proof. I think that's a different proof than my other one. Where do I have it at? Oh no, it's the same. 91.2. I was tripping. And then I do have a store pick of 1792 full proof, so I figured I would get this as well while I was there. It is a 1792 single barrel. Haven't had one of these yet. I think it's like 98 proof? Yeah, 98.6. Perfect body temp. So yeah, looking forward to trying this one out as well. It's a store pick. It's a Sazerac barrel pick, so they picked it out there and sent it to them. It's not something they went out and picked personally. So we'll see how this one is when I pop it. So that's what I've gotten so far this year. Now that I'm looking at it right here, it's kind of like, oh, chill out, chill out a little bit. But it's kind of my thing now. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't have anything to cheers with right now because I'm drinking water. But thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know if you've gotten any of these, bottles through the year or through this year so far, like the 1924, or if you've gotten one of these rare character American light whiskeys, because I know they were dispersed throughout many states. Like I said, wherever rare character was dispersed, I've seen a lot of these, not just from Oregon, but other states as well. If you've gotten the Havana or the new batch of Valencia, if you're a Penelope fan at all, I mean, me personally, I am. And if you've heard of Old Log Cabin coming out of Seattle as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, pour me a favor.